and going back and forth and really spending a lot of time with these guys and vetting them. It's kind of like, I mean, we're not all in our hundreds, but we're a more mature team, and we've talked about wanting to bring in younger people and back and forth and really spending a lot of time with these guys and vetting as part of our part of our Nexus ecosystem. But also we wanted to get some young people involved in some projects that we're doing. And that's exactly what we're doing tonight. So we're going to be entering the NFT space with several projects. This is one of them that will be an NFT. It will be GameFi. And then we're going to move into actually launching a token with this project down the road. So it's going to be exciting what we're getting ready to do. But before we get into that, we're going to give you guys some updates and fill you in on a couple things. And for the first update, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Dawn Clifton, and she's going to jump into the first update.
Hello, everyone. Oh, you're sharing sound, Corey, unfortunately, so I can't share my screen.
Go ahead, Dawn.
Thank you so much. Nope. Hang on. Nope. Well, let me share, bud.
Try now.
Okay, there we go. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So guys, you have been wondering about these airdrop tokens from the Vegas trip, and I wanted to update you that we are ready to go. The airdrops are not actually here yet. We are going to give an opportunity to you to actually give us your airdrop wallet. I know we have talked about that before, but now we have a brand new airdrop area on Catapult Swap, and we're going to use that area for all airdrops from now on. So you do need to register your airdrop wallet for these airdrops. And once you register, you should be good. You'll need to check your registration, of course, every airdrop opportunity that we provide. And you can do that just much like you did when you registered for token launches and things like that. So real quickly, I'll just show you how to do it. You guys pretty much know what to do, but I'll show you where. So you go to services on catapultswap.io, and you're going to go to claim airdrop.
Now remember, this is only if you attended the event physically or on virtually, okay? So we'll get other people to register for other airdrops down the road. This is only if you attended the Vegas event, either virtually or physically at the event, because we want to get that list as clean as possible over to the programmers so those claims can take place next week. So for the next 3 days, we're going to collect the names, the people that get registered if you attended the event, either virtually or physically. And then in 72 hours, we'll get the list over. And then next Monday or Tuesday will be when you can actually go in and do the claim. Right now, you're going to do the registration. Okay, go ahead, Dawn.
Yeah, thank you. No, that's perfect. And that is correct. And I want you to know that if you don't get registered by this Friday, for whatever reason, the registration is going to stay open. I'm just going to periodically send the list of new registrants to the blockchain developer so that he can get those tokens in the contract and get you the airdrop that you need.
And that'll be another 7 to 14 days added on, guys. So if you don't get it in within the 72 hours, then 7 days later, we'll do it again. And then you'll be able to claim about 14 days or 7 days after that.
Correct. Yes. So try to do it, if at all possible, by this Friday. So basically, you're just going to enter your name, email address, phone number. You're going to connect your wallet like you're used to doing. Okay. You're going to agree to receive text and email regarding this project, and you're going to click submit. Once you do that, we're going to know that you have registered. I'm going to see all of that. You need to please use the same email address that you used when you registered for the event. Whether you did live streaming or physical attendance, it didn't matter. You did have to register for that event. We need to compare the lists to make sure that you were actually there. If you use a wrong email here, we're not going to know that you're using a different email and you're just going to be left out of the airdrop because we can't match you to the event. So it's very, very important that you do that. If you have any questions, obviously you can reach out to us anytime. The Zoomers are aware of this. They're going to be able to help you through this if you have trouble with this as well. So just come here. We will let you know. We'll announce it, of course, when the airdrop for Vegas is ready. And then when you see that it's ready, you're going to choose one of the projects that you have tokens for, of course. And then you're going to choose the Las Vegas 2021 event. And then with your wallet connected, you're going to be able to see the number of airdrops that you've received. Okay, and that's it.
Awesome.
Simple as that.
And if you're saying, I don't know what you guys are talking about, then you didn't attend the Vegas event because it was so spectacular that you could not forget that you were there. So this doesn't apply to you. Wait for the next airdrop to get in on that. All right. So anything else, Dawn? We had 2 or 3 things we had to cover. What, Corey, can you remind me? There was 1 or 2 other quick things. That?
The onboarding has modified just a tiny, tiny bit.
Right.
Yeah, if they go to onboarding, they will see just one question now. It's, are you a beginner or are you intermediate? And you will be directed to that particular path, whichever you choose. That's another update that we wanted to mention. I believe that's all we talked about today.
Excellent. If there's anything else, remind, we'll do it at the end of the.
Yeah, it was the other thing was the forum.
Oh, yes. We'll be launching a forum, guys, for you to be able to, it will be a paid forum. We're going to have a ton of other information in there, but for each month that you pay, you will receive crypto in the projects that we're doing or other projects or all kinds of great digital assets that more than likely equate to whatever you're paying to be on the forum, right? But it'll be a safe place for us to get together as a community and be a part of that. As well is we're going to be adjusting a little. The onboarding system, guys, is mainly for new people that we're trying to get into crypto. We have a lot of people that keep coming back. We're going to build a portal through the onboarding system for the people that are coming back so we can get to the new people coming on board first and then help the people through there. And we'll have people that specialize on both sides of that. We'll get you more information on that. But right now,
One sec. Just wanted to show them this first.
This is the name of our new forum, the Meta District. All right. So here's your logo, and this will get you guys more details on this here coming up. We'll probably do a special AMA just to walk you guys through this as we get that put together. And now, with no further ado, I will go ahead and get this kicked off, guys. We're really excited about this. Again, I started out with getting young people involved in this and bringing this team on board, getting into. So when I was on, I did an interview on FinStream TV, and I was talking to a gentleman who lives at resorts, right? Every month he goes to another 5-star resort. That's how much money they've made in crypto. And in 2018, he lost all of his money in crypto. So he's done all this in 19, 20, and 21, right? Made a fortune in that. And he said that one of the key categories that they're looking for projects in is GameFi, okay? And that is game and finance coming together. That is when you can sit down, you can play a game, and you can either earn a little bit of money or you can become a professional blockchain game player, which is, I was reading a report that says next year, by the end of this next year, there could be as many as 20 million full-time people that are playing in the GameFi space, earning a living. Now that could be, people overseas that are making a little bit, but also read another one that there are currently got people that have gotten good enough at games like Axie Infinity that they are literally making a 6-figure income already playing these games, right? Now, I don't know how good you have to get. I'm not going to be one of them. But what I can do is find a group of talented people that have a game that will be in this GameFi space that will give me the opportunity to grab an NFT, to grab the token that backs this project, and I can build wealth in my life. And through the Nexus ecosystem, you have the ability to build wealth in your life. So with that, I'm going to bring up Austin, Joji, and Josh, the 3 people, the core guys behind this. They have a whole team of people They're doing some killer stuff, guys, movies. I mean, it's just unbelievable what they have going on. So Austin, I'm going to turn it over to you, buddy. You can take it away and tell them how they're going to.
I'm going to take a quick, I got to take a quick second, buddy.
Oh.
I got to take a quick second.
Yes.
That's when we forget just who we are. Make us come together and alright. That's when you remember who you are. Overthink tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, warmed up with the same theme song. I'm going to give it a little bit of a quick intro for you guys, and I'm going to let it rip. These guys are freaking awesome. I cannot wait for you guys to meet them. You're going to fall in love. I am going to share this little intro for you guys. All right.
Nice.
My friend Austin, take it away.
Awesome. Thank you guys for having us on here. It's super exciting. We've been learning a ton about the True Badger and Nexus ecosystem. And it was a friend of ours, Christian, who connected Corey, Peter, ourselves, Josh, and Joji together. And so we're super pumped about being on this call. We've got a lot of exciting stuff we've been working together on. This project has been a long time in the coming. 5 months, I think, was like when it was like a seed of an idea. And since then, it's just sprouted so much inspiration. And it's really just been a lot of passionate creators just coming around in this space, wanting to add value to this. And so what we kind of realized really early on is there's so many people that are wanting to tap into the crypto and the NFT space. But so many people come into this space and they don't have a safe community to learn the fundamentals, to have a community to gather around. And I felt really blessed, at least for myself and Josh and Joji, when we came into this space, that we came into communities that were really good. And then we found communities that were not really good. And so we're like, man, like we want to create a safe place for people to come around. And Josh was so passionate that on his own, he had actually created a project, Moongold. Josh, move your head a little bit. Show the banner behind. That's our new logo. So it looks super dope. So our YouTube has about 25,000 people in the YouTube channel. Josh and Joji do a live stream every single day, and they haven't missed one this year. So super passionate group. And what this platform basically is one of the easiest ways to explain it is Mixed Martial Arts Club is the overarching name of the project. We have 3 arms to the project. We have a Metaverse arm, which is really exciting, really fun to talk about, which is Metamars. We've got a gaming arm, which is called Martian Escape. And so this is like arcade games, play to earn. And then we have our educational platform, which is our PMG, Project Moongold, our YouTube channel. And so now what we've done with each of these, we're really excited to expand into each thing. But what really it started with was there was this really cool company that I got introduced to called Ripples, and plug Brooke Wade. She's on here with us. So there'll be an opportunity. She'll come on and she'll be able to speak a little bit about Ripples. They have this amazing new technology when it comes to spatial web. And it is going to completely re-innovate the way that we interact with everything that's digital and the real world, the way that we relate to anything that's, a quote unquote JPEG, the NFT space, but then, your regular apparel, the way that you do anything. And so the way that we process this integration of anything new is normally in a gamified manner. So where we have this awesome new development technology and we have this gamified team and this education, it just brings everything in together. And then what we're so excited about with the Nexus ecosystem is we have these absolute brainiacs when it comes to smart contracts, developing just safe back-end ways. And they've proven it through a lot of these launches that not only do they know how to launch a token and set all the right things in place, but they know how to you know, I don't know how much I can actually speak on. I'm sure, Peter, you probably have everything you've probably shared with us is probably public information, I'm guessing. Okay, so like algorithms to study wallets. So, you know, making sure that only good wallets can get in at the ground floor to build up. Because obviously it sucks when you spend 5, 6, 7 months building something for some sniping bot to get in and then basically ruin the whole project. So we're very passionate and very excited about this partnership because we know that when we build something, we want it to last. And we know that with the foundation of Nexus ecosystem, for the wallets, for charts, for everything, we're excited to have such a solid foundation with all the partners here to build up with. And so where Ripples came in is I met Brooke, I met Josh Pendrick, who's the CEO, Brandon, and they shared the vision of their technology. And I'll have Brooke speak on it because I haven't had the NDA conversation yet. I don't know what I can and what I can't say. So she has to speak on it. However, I was so inspired and I was talking to Josh and Joji and we came up with this idea called Metamars. And it's just this whole interactive metaverse game where you can go into the world and explore. So it's like Pokemon Go, where you're exploring the world. If you haven't played Pokemon Go, you explore the world and there's digital assets you find when you go to the shopping mall. It pops up and there's a Pokemon right where you are and you can interact with that digital asset. And so now with these NFTs and, you know, there's, you know, the world's our oyster with how creative we can be with this, but collecting digital assets in the real world, bringing them on to a game where now, if you've been on your phone, if your kids have been on your phone and downloaded Clash of Clans, you might have played Clash of Clans where you have different cities and you're battling. And so these resources you bring into your city and you can build your city and then you can battle with others and compete for basically earning money. And now ultimately it takes time to build a city. It takes a village, right? And so to build your guild, you need to bring people into this guild. And as you do that, you know, you want to have unique characters. So geographically, based on where you are in the world, you'll have unique digital assets. And so if you're the first person in Thailand to play this game, and then you're basically, it's like a gold rush because now you can scoop up these digital assets. Everyone has to go to you to purchase these. And so this now creates a gold rush across the planet where people are going to rush to play this game because the first people, the early adopters, are going to make the most amount of money. They sell these assets to people who therefore come in with money and are just building their city and want to compete for the larger money. So it has the tier and it eliminates all the barrier of entry. And so this whole ecosystem has 1,000,001 opportunities. What you guys are also going to see is a really exciting announcement where as we were building up the vision, Randy Turo, the man, the myth, the legend. So I got to pull up his IMDb. So one of my favorite things that just stands out is I'm a big Adam Sandler fan. Randy was actually the guy who originally discovered Adam Sandler. Him and Mark Fusco, long-term assistant director to Steven Spielberg, if you know Ready Player One. So Mark Fusco has been with him, Spielberg, for about 13 films, or 13 years. So Randy, Steven Weinberger, and Mark Fusco are partnered up to build this film called Gamer Down, which is a game that is emulating the future of Metaverse and using the art of film to market new technology that we're bringing with Metaverses and personifying this tech. So, this relationship has organically come so good that, you know, all of these ecosystems have merged in together. And now Randy and Mark have been so generous to use Metamars as the video game that the main character is playing within their film, as the game the main character is playing within the film. And so it's really awesome. And we're super excited about that. And so this is like to scratch the surface on what we're developing out with this roadmap on Metamars. Our arcade gaming arm is quite simple. Martian Escape is on the App Store right now. So if you have Android or iPhone, you can go on the App Store, you can download the Martian Escape game and then start playing it. And we're going to incorporate where all the NFTs will come into the game. They'll be play to earn. But the cool thing between all these games is each character will have unique traits. And you can now take your NFT Martian character and rent this character to other people and earn a passive income, not just on renting your character out, but on the token we have. You can also stake your token, your NFT on the token and earn. And so these are like our two arcade, these are our two arms, and then PMG, and so our YouTube. And so that is a overview on everything that we've been building out. And so is there any questions you guys have so far? Anything that stood out that you'd like us to focus on, first of all?
Well, I
Peter?
think, Austin, why don't we do this? Why don't we have Brooke explain to us ripples, and then maybe we can get Randy to talk about, and when you guys talk about this, one of the things I'd love for you to talk about, because we know the reason why we decided to partner with these guys. Randy, you guys have made a big choice there, right? It's like, hey, you're getting ready to make this picture. You guys with ripples, the technology you guys are building is just out of this world. You probably have people knocking down your door like us. You've picked these young guys here that just, getting this thing going, but we've all decided to work with them and help push and move this forward. So why don't we have Brooke come on and explain ripples, and then we'll have Randy come on and talk a little bit about what they're doing.
All right, can everyone hear me? I have my AirPods in, so all right, thumbs up. First, thank you so much, Austin, for pulling me in and having this conversation with all of these individuals, like-minded individuals. This is a very interesting time in history that we're embarking upon, where technology will soon become a very important element to the human experience. And that's what we do at Ripples. And thanks for the compliment about my amazing voice. My daughter gets tired of hearing it, so I'm glad someone enjoys listening to me. So essentially, just to put it in, and I appreciate you, Austin, because I'm a stickler on the things that we'd like to reveal and the things that we'd like to unveil as a surprise to the audience. But essentially what we've created here at Ripples is a new environment reality system, and we're going to be calling that Inner Life. And our patented technology activates the air, and for brands and creators, we can create monetizable engagement opportunities for everyone. And we can put that experience out there into the environment. What does that mean for what we're doing in regard? Spell the company name, and I'm a big social media person, so I'm going to be responding to these little chat bubbles. So yes, thank you, Austin, for that. So what that does for our film project, essentially, what we're going to be creating is the first major motion film picture that exists on the big screen, and it also lives in reality. So you know how art reflects life. We're going to just merge those things and just allow them to blend, and the story never really begins and it never really ends either for the audience. So I'm super excited about what Austin has created because he was inspired. And Ripples, what we really would like to see is, and excuse my dog, he's very dramatic. Okay, he thinks he's dying. He's not dying. He's just not getting the level of attention that he requires. Really, what we'd like to do is inspire movement and inspire authentic connection. And what Austin has done here, Austin and team, they've done exactly what we've sought out to do: inspire creative minds so that we can move from behind the screens and out into the real world and step into the light and play. And that's a pun that was definitely intended, because we also have a utility called Light Play that allows you to use it to deploy games, perhaps, maybe like Metamars, or create your own games or deploy different types of content into the environment and create this really cool open world canvas experience out there in the real world. And so a lot of people are afraid that this new movement where technology is becoming an art form will trap people inside their homes. And what we'd like to do is unleash them out into the world. And that's what we're doing. And if there's any specific questions, I definitely don't mind answering.
So let's see. So why don't we do this? If the audience, if you guys have any questions, put them in the Q&A. Let's go ahead and keep moving forward, and we'll answer all the questions at the end. We'll just sort through and we'll answer all the questions, because this is an AMA, so you can ask anything you want. Today, we'd like to keep it on the project, and we can answer the questions on the stuff we're doing outside of this. So Austin, can you introduce Randy? By the way, I don't know about you guys, but I just became a Brooke Wade fan, right? I mean, just amazing, terrific. You have a new fan, so just know that you got a fan club and it's growing. So fantastic job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brooke, and thank you, Peter. And I'm excited to introduce Randy. Randy, the first time I ever met him, so I get he reminds me so much of my own dad. Now, the difference between Randy and my dad is I had to teach my dad how to use a smartphone. And when I sat down with Randy for the first time, we're going down, and Randy is talking about all of this future metaverse concepts and how it can play into the real world. And it was blowing my mind. And I was like, this guy is thinking way further into the future than I am. And then I could even wrap my head around it. And I had to have him repeat a few times to have it internalized. And so just immediately, I've had this adoration towards Randy and his mind and his vision that he's got. And so I'm super excited to introduce Randy. And so Randy, just to mainly speak as far as on the film of Gamer Down, do you mind speaking a little bit on the film of Gamer Down and what inspired to implement the metaverse into this, and why is it's meaningful to you, and so why does it have that sort of meaning to you and your vision?
Yeah, good question. It's interesting. If anybody here, if you go see movies anymore, a lot of people don't, and one of the reasons is, and even when they go, the big complaint is, oh, I've already seen that, or it's not fresh. I mean, when you see the spandex movies, superhero, they wear the spandex outfit. When you see the spandex, it's always they float up in the air, or they're above the White House, or they're blowing up downtown Manhattan. It's a repeat of over and over again. And one of the things that we need to do with cinema, and that shows that because you've seen all this, and people keep saying, oh, I've seen that before, it means the Hollywood, the way it is now, is a dying business. It's a relic. And people don't recognize that. The same thing with the internet, it's a relic. And the future is what you see, what Austin's doing, what you guys are talking about tonight from even your San Francisco event. There's a whole new wave coming through of how people can interact with the world. And, just briefly, you go back to, when I was younger ways, say in the 60s and the 70s, the biggest company in the computer world, obviously, was IBM. And they, everyone said automation's taking over the world. And you had the guys with the white coats on and the big computers in buildings. Bill Gates came around in the 80s and 90s, and he said, let's put a computer on every desk. The last 20 years, they said, let's go into the cloud. I worked at the Directors Guild. I was chair of this mentor committee. So I worked with 500 production managers and about 2,000 assistant directors. And I learned efficiency models for production, but they also put me in the negotiating committee. So I learned how money moves. And from that, I was able to develop over the years, and then I compiled it recently into 130 pain points of why, films don't work efficiently, why audiences don't engage, and how to get people paid. We came up with looking at and just using the motion picture business as a model. It translates to every other business around, which is looking at the world now through a blockchain. And you guys all know all this. I'm just getting up to speed to where we're at and everything. Looking at the world as a blockchain, and the blockchain, is immutable, and it gives everybody a chance to be in the waterfall and they get paid, and you don't have to worry about middle people, things like that. The big problem, one of the big pain points I was mentioning in Hollywood, is that 90% of content, and again, when I say Hollywood, this could be it could be, movies, it could be TV, but also we can go over to music, poetry, art, wherever you want to go with this. But 90% of content is either stolen or it's undervalued. and how do we reverse that? And you know, so this is what we're looking at, what we wanted to come together. Now, when we're talking to Ripples, and which Brooke was so, you know, I enjoyed as well, Brooke, hearing your articulation. You always, I hear new things, and it brings new life to it. Is that why can't we interact with our environment? And that's a big problem with people being at home, getting addicted to just looking at a screen all the time and not going out and interacting with the world and expanding their mind. Because what happens is if you just reduce yourself to your iPhone or to your computer screen, that's all the world that you know, and in your world, the world passes you by. So what we're saying is that, yeah, we have to get out in the world. We have to interact with the world. We have to, and this is what Ripples does. It's a revolutionary concept. We also look at the fact that another part of it is, and then I'll summate, you know, bring everything together in a summation. Another part of it is that this is the first time in history where everybody can, either on their computer screen or their iPhone, or, you know, whatever cell phone they have, they're able to communicate with the entire world simultaneously. It's never happened before in the history. And if you can imagine each person's brain, the synapses going off in any second is like a billion trillion. It's a factual, the neurons and everything processing, a billion trillion. They said if you delineate that into seconds, it would take 32 million years to count all those. Maybe it's 42 million, but whatever, it doesn't matter. 32 million, I'll go with a more conservative number, just seconds to count all those synapses off. What if we were able to combine all those synapses together to operate? One brain in 1 second has more computational power than all the computers combined on the planet, and it uses less power than your iPhone. And what if we were able to combine all those together? And that's something what Ripples and the blockchain is able to do. And now with the quantum computers, we're able to bring all these minds together on the planet in a positive way. Too much today, people are seeking power to, you know, for whether it's for narcissism, or they're doing it for greed, or they're doing it for corruption, whatever you want to say, where people inside, they really want to seek truth, like nested in love. You know, they want to, those are two things that are really important to them. And that's what we can do by bringing everybody together through this kind of medium. So the movie was inspired by the idea that it's called Gamer Down. It's about a gamer that has to go to rehab. And we wanted to reinvent the concept of rehab as well. We were able to bring in a number of well-known actors. And to give you an example, like Lil Ray Howe, who's the guy in Get Out, the hero that comes to save. He worked at the airport. We have Justin Long. He was in like Die Hard was one of his more famous movies. Malin Ackerman, she was a superhero like in Watchmen, and Joe McHale, among others. I don't need to belabor you with all the names in it. Mark Fusco, who was mentioned as a director, he worked with Spielberg on 14 movies. And in doing that, he was in 500 different meetings, whether they were, or more than 500 meetings, because he had to write down everything Spielberg said. He answered every one of his phone calls, made all his calls for him. And he learned the business at the pinnacle level, what's commercial. What he's been doing with that talent is he does teasers and trailers, and big studios hire him to fix their movies, so they test over 90%. I said, we should make our own movie together and figure out how to do this. Now, another aspect came up to it. We said, since we're being able to tie everyone into this, and not only from the person who creates the concept of the movie, but all the way to the person who purchases a ticket, we can tell the people who are purchasing the ticket, they get to own the future. So a percentage, a tokenized percentage of what their ticket goes to owning all the technology that we show in the movie. So we wanted to go after corporations that have huge spaces, whether it's a $1 billion space or $1 trillion space, and then give everybody an opportunity to buy into that, to circle back after they've seen the movie. They already own a small percentage, and say, for example, for $100, they can buy 200 shares. And we figured that 50 cents a share is going to be worth $50 a share. So maybe it's going to be worth $10,000. And then we tie in the NFTs because each of the NFTs are going to be owning a scene. And then you can divide those up. You know, each scene can be divided into many parts of those scenes with images that are in the scene and things like that. And, you know, as well as the product placement where people can just touch on the scene and order a shirt that someone's wearing. You know, what color do you want? What size do you want? That type of thing. So the fact of that we're introducing new technology, one of the reasons we are excited about that is because I see the future. I don't believe in a dystopian future, and I'm not one of these people that buy into like a Pollyanna utopian. I think we should have like a protopian where we're proactive with how we approach the future, and we can make lives for ourselves happen, whether it's going out and interacting with the world that Brooke was talking about, or actually building your portfolio by buying a ticket. You can own the future, and then they circle back and they can buy into these IPOs that we're going to create, because people are able to now engage with the new technology coming out because they see it in an entertaining way being promoted. And I got more to talk about, but I wanted to limit it to that. And if you guys want to hear more, I'll share later with questions.
You're muted, Peter. I don't know if you were trying to say something there.
Awesome. Wow. I mean, we're on the exact same thought process, exact same. So the Nexus ecosystem is about building a community where your interaction, your life becomes a chance for you to succeed, create wealth. That's the whole blockchain. I mean, what a phenomenal, wow. Okay. So real quick, let's do this, Austin, because you have Josh and Joji, part of your team. Let's introduce them. Let's have Josh talk a little bit about Project Moon Gold, and then let's circle back to the questions. We usually try to keep this at an hour. Guys, we're probably going to go a little over. I want to hear some questions and answers for both Randy and Brooke. This is just amazing, and this team. I want you guys to think about this. We started the Nexus ecosystem 6 months ago. We said we were going to do some of the most innovative stuff in the world. And if you just listen to Brooke and Randy and what Austin was talking about, and that's not the facts of what we're doing, I'm sorry, maybe you should call me. I'll buy your crypto off of you, and you can, you know, maybe go buy a farm in Kansas or something. Not that I have anything against Kansas, but guys, think about, I mean, this is just amazing. Go ahead, Austin, take it back over. Why don't you introduce Josh and Joji, and then we can go from there.
Awesome. A similar way that I got to know Josh and Joji goes way back to one of my first ever projects. Similar to how we had so many conversations with Peter. Peter vetted us super hard. We had like a ton of research into Peter, and it was like, okay, well, this is a really good start to the relationship. And that's exactly how Josh and I actually, I bought into a project, and I fell in love with the people the developer who was doing it. And so I started helping recruit like marketers. And so someone's like, hey, I got a YouTuber. I'm like, okay. Got on the phone with Josh. I asked him a bunch of questions to try and I didn't really research him too much, but I started vetting him super hard. He flipped it around and started vetting me super hard. And then I started vetting him even harder. And then we're like, hey, we're off to a good start. And then turns out through a side comment, we realized that we actually worked together like 3 years prior. We had actually worked together in the same office in Winnipeg, Canada. And we actually knew each other, and we didn't know that. And so it was just like, we realized at that point, like, you know, we had the same visions. These guys really genuinely care about people. You're going to hear when Josh talks about it, but their YouTube channel has been blowing up like crazy. I don't know anybody who's as passionate about like building a community as Josh is. And, you know, I think that's why we're all here together. And so Josh, I will give you the opportunity to kind of talk a little bit about Project Moon Gold and how you've been creating wealth for thousands of people, and also creating a community. And we also, by the way, Josh went to try and champion a 24-hour live stream on Christmas. Through all the ups and downs of the market, one thing I really admire Josh for is the fact that he is a very, very, very few people who, from the bottom of his heart, really want to be there for his community, no matter what, like thick and thin. And so come Christmas, he sat on a live, he sacrificed Christmas Eve night, Christmas morning, everything, and just to sit and spend time with every single individual person, bring people up on stage. ask some questions, hang out, do giveaways. And that's literally just like one of the many things that he's done and why his community's grown so rapidly. So I'll pass the microphone over to Josh to be able to talk a little bit more about PMG and what he's been doing with that.
Yeah, for sure. Can you guys hear me? All right. Okay, so yeah, PMG guys. So the big thing with Metamars and Mixed Martial Arts Club, what Austin and I were talking about at the beginning of the year was building a project, building a space that you can't get rugged, you can't lose money, you can't get scammed, and you're actually gonna be paid attention to. You're gonna have your questions answered. And I think Austin and I talked on the phone for hours and hours and hours and went over different projects and different ideas and what we can do and stuff like that. We come out with this ecosystem, and this is a whole ecosystem. You guys are going to be able to not only make money safely, but you guys are going to be able to be a part of a community in a world that is, I guess, segregated right now, because you can't go anywhere with a lot of places across the world. You have to be stuck at your computer. And what we want to do is we want to build this ecosystem where everyone can be involved. It doesn't matter if you're age 60, doesn't matter if you're age 20. We want to build something together for everybody and have it really, really big, but really simple as well. So I still think the star of the show here is Randy and Brooke from Ripples and Randy Turo. But what we want to do is we want to bring this to light. I really, really am blessed that we met True Badger and their ecosystem Nexus, because I'm tired of getting rugged. I'm tired of getting honeypotted. I'm tired of putting $500 in and then I try to take out money and I can't. I'm tired of getting botted and all that stuff in the crypto space. So I know a lot of people are from True Badger here. So what I want to say is PMG is going to essentially grow your investment, guys. This YouTube channel is going to 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. We're not stopping, and 2022 is going to be really big. And we're going to have a lot of community events across, across America and the world and stuff when things go back to normal, and get you guys involved. So that's a little bit about PMG and what we do, and with the project Mixed Martial Arts, we're not going to stop until everybody's making a lot of money and having a lot of fun with our project. Does anyone have any questions?
Why don't we have Joji speak real quick, and then we'll answer all the questions at the end. Also, Randy and Brooke both, I'd like to get on sometime and do an interview with you guys, because trying to squeeze you into something where we're trying to get it done in an hour and answer questions, it doesn't do it any justice. We really need to do individual calls with you guys, because Randy, I mean, I just want to keep talking with you about the blockchain and the future. I mean, just absolutely nailed it, with the rights and all the stuff that's going on in the film industry. I'm just incredible. And Brooke, we need to spend some time as well, just going through this world that we can play in and enjoy and have fun. I got to tell you, my son was a little younger when Pokemon came out. I never saw so many people out walking and exercising and doing stuff, right? It was incredible. Parks were full with people, right? Imagine us being able to get that going all the time. So we're going to have you guys back. Joji, real quick, buddy, why don't you come on? I got to tell you guys about the 9th meeting we were vetting. Joji came on and he always had kind of a smile on his face. He wasn't smiling because I think he was like, dang it, if these guys don't do something and get busy here, I'm just going to hang up on it. But we did get to that. That was the call where we said, yeah, we're moving for it. We're doing this thing. So I think we made it past I think he was about to give up on us. I don't think he wanted to, but I think I could just see it in him. He was like getting really serious, and he hadn't been that serious since. Go ahead, Joji. Why don't you introduce yourself? Give him a little bit about your background and involvement in the project, and then we'll answer some questions, but we'll definitely have all you guys back. Same thing, Josh. I want to get you on where we have just a call and talk about Project Moon Gold and what you guys are doing. And go forth. I actually joined them for a few minutes on their 24-hour. Me and Josh are going to do a proper 24 hours from minute to minute. We're going to jam it out here sometime in January. Me and him are going to jump on and do it together, because you got to have somebody to hang with you, Josh, all the way through the entire thing. And that's me. I'm your guy. All right. So go ahead, Joji.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Joji. So just a little bit about myself. You know what? I've been in the corporate industry for a long time. I own my own sales and marketing company. I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. And after that, you know, we discovered crypto and start doing all these things. Now, the biggest thing about Project Moongoal or PMG and what we do is not only we give people calls on coins and stuff like that, but the biggest thing that we like to do is kind of empower people. So we teach people how to fish, right? That's what we do. We have a mentorship program. We teach people. We do one-on-ones. We're very passionate on what we do. You know what? If people aren't making money, or if there's like the market is down, man, we feel really bad. We can't go to sleep. We want to make sure we're there for the community. And the great thing is when we found True Badger, it's like, we know they have a good community already. And, you know, it's a good growing community where I think we have the same type of vision where we want to help people as a whole and make sure they're in a safe place. And that's one of the reasons we built PMG in the first place, is because that's what we want to, you know, that's what we want to give people as well. We've been in so many projects, you know, when we started crypto, we've been in the BSC project where we get rug pulled at least 7 to 10 times in a week. And I'm just like, man, it's like, there's no projects to go into anymore. Like, you know what I mean? So trying to find a safe place in this environment is definitely very difficult. And I'm glad, you know what, I'm seeing Peter's True Badger and stuff like that. You guys have a whole ecosystem that is actually safe for people. And we're glad, we're so happy to be a part of it and actually partnering up with you guys.
So
you,
let's
Joji.
do this, Austin. We're going to answer the 5 questions in a second because we have 5 in the Q&A. Why did we have these guys on? How are we partnering and what are we doing? So we're going to be launching a set of NFTs. I don't know the time frame on it yet. It will be in January at some point. What we're going to do is put together a survey, and it's going to go out. Each NFT right now would be, Austin, 1.5 Sol, right?
1.5 Solana. Yes.
1.5 Solana, which is Sol in the project thing. We're going to have the Nexus ecosystem, guys, the onboarding system. Don't panic because some of you guys went, Sol, we're like BSC. What the heck is going on here? Now you're talking about a soul. Is it a fish? Is it the bottom of your shoe? What the heck is it? Don't worry. Nexus ecosystem onboarders are going to walk you guys through getting a wallet set up, helping you through the entire process. So do not panic. We are here to help, and we're going to get that going. But the first step is this. We want to launch. When we launch day 1, we're going to sell out 100% of the NFTs so fast. People are going to go, where the heck did this project come from? Oh my goodness. It was there. It is gone. Only place I can go get it now is on OpenSea. Wait, the floor is rising. This is fantastic. What the heck is going on? And we're going to do that. We're going to send out a survey. You guys are going to come back and say, yeah, I'm interested, or no, I'm not. And then, yes, I'd like to buy 1, 2, 5, 10 NFTs. Right now, to give you guys an idea, that's about $250, $260 for the NFT. Very fair price for NFTs that are going to be used in gameplay that you're going to be able to earn. Remember, one of the keys I want you guys to get in GameFi is this. In order to fully play the game, you will need to own an NFT that fits into the game, right? This is the beauty of GameFi. Not, hey, you might need it, you might not need it. There's advantages to being an owner of one of these NFTs. And you might be going, well, I'm not into gameplay. That's okay, because how would you like to rent or partner with somebody who does love to play games? I don't love to play games. I'm going to miss this entire GameFi. No freaking way. I'm going to get some NFTs. I'm going to loan them to some kid that loves to play. He's going to make money for college, and I'm going to make money off of my NFT. And that is the same exact thing that you are going to do. And I'm telling you guys, this is amazing. I'm like Randy and Brooke and these young guys that have this energy and are putting this together. I'm telling you guys, we just hit a grand slam, and you have a chance to be like at the plate. You hit the ball, grand slam. This is incredible with what we are about to do. So what I'm going to do is we're going to answer these questions. We are going to have Randy back, and we're going to give it a whole hour. We're going to do, Corey, we got to line it up, get with Randy. Let's get him to come on. what Randy was talking about, guys, and then we're going to have Brooke come back and we're going to talk about this new world that we're going to be a part of and how we're going to participate. And then we're going to get Josh and Joji to come back and cover Project Moon Gold. You guys thought you were coming here like, I'll show up for one meeting. No, we're going to continue to go. You guys, we're going to immerse this community with what you guys are talking about moving forward. So Austin, I'm going to turn it over to you. There's 4 or 5 or 6 questions. I think they just answered a few of them. I'm going to have you manage answering the questions. We're going to come back, wrap this up, but we're going to be back for some more calls next week and the week after. And we're going to be, I'm telling you guys, we're launching this project. Get ready. Onboarding system. Don't go on the onboarding system tomorrow, though. Next week, we will have it set up to move you through, help you get your soul, help you get you lined up. And I'll probably come on and talk a little bit more about GameFi and NFTs and how it's going to play a part in our future and how we're all going to make fortunes in this space with this new medium. Go ahead, Austin, take it away, buddy.
Awesome. I don't know how to follow that energy up, but that was fire. I feel like I got to get up and start jumping while explaining the roadmap. I don't think anyone would understand what I'm saying. I feel like I got to be very like articulate with these questions. It's kind of a gear shift. So the first question is, what's the roadmap look like with regard to the release of the token, game, platform, etc.? So the token is going to, we are aiming right now. I've personally found that in crypto, you can set a plan.
Austin, I'm going to jump in and help you out here, right? Because people seem to, if you'll say, what we're going to do, guys, is first stage is the NFT in January, right? That's the first stage. That's going to get into the next launch of the game. There's one game out there right now. And then when we are ready, we'll let you guys know in plenty of time when the token is coming. And a lot of that stuff will move into what Ripples is doing and the movie and all that stuff. So right now, the main thing to focus on is the NFT launch, getting yourself involved, not missing out on it and being a part of it. All right, question number 2, Austin.
Or should I turn it to you? No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome. I love it. What was the name of the game Austin mentioned we can download from the Play Store? It is called Martian Escape. So Martian Escape, that MARTIAN Escape. And yeah, it's on the Play Store and iOS store. Then there's a question, which is not a question, which is, with great power comes great responsibility, Uncle Ben. I think that was geared towards Randy, because I think I saw that pop up when Randy was talking. I think that was a spandex comment that got that thing put up there. And then from Mark and Udo, will we be offered the opportunity to to be among the first of the new territories, so players would have to purchase their resources from us? Will we be offered the opportunity to be among the first? Yes, of course, absolutely. If you're holding on to the NFT, if you're in the token, if you're involved in the project, you're always going to have the first access. So absolutely, that's a heck yeah. So and yeah, I think that there's a lot we could expand on. I think that I'll let Peter keep steering the ship as far as what we cover.
What I want to do, buddy, is let's let Randy talk again and Brooke, but I want to get your commitment, Randy. Can we get you on for about an hour and a half interview? Would love to continue to talk to you about this new future where people can be the executive producer. They can be part of it. They don't just have to watch movies, but they can participate financially and they can be a part of this whole thing. Would love to get a commitment from you to do that maybe next week or the week after for us to come back.
Yeah, and echoing what Austin said, your energy is incredible. So Peter, yeah, count me in.
All right, excellent. All right, Brooke, can I get the same from you?
Could I just say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead, Randy. I want you both to speak one more time here, give you 3 to 5 minutes to just kind of wrap things up, and then we can talk more on the call.
Okay, and I don't even need 3 minutes. I want to say we're involved because of because of what incredible technology that Ripples is presenting. They've been invited to be part of and interact at the Super Bowl. So part of what we're doing, we're involving the game, we're involving the NFTs. So we're, and everything's going to be, so you guys, by getting involved now, we're going to have a super launch, and that's a huge audience, as you know. I don't have to tell everybody how big the audience is at the Super Bowl. And the people at the halftime, they have like these 5 different well-known artists are performing. They're coming to our after party, the Super Bowl after party, and we're doing the pre-party. They'll be performing 1 to 3 songs there. But what people are going to be able to do is use the apps of Ripples and walk around, and inside the party, see what we're talking about, the interactivity. We're going to have the NFT images there from the Martian game. And, and we're also going to be talking about Gamer Down as well. So I just wanted to bring that, let everyone know that's huge coming up.
That's awesome.
We're just building that now. Tomorrow I'm meeting with these NFL football players that are we're coordinating with them for the football. And when I say people are going to be at our party, it's like Tom Brady's. The names are all iconic names and everything that we're interacting. So they're going to be playing the game or getting involved with the NFTs and what Ripples is doing and talking about the movie. So and we agree with you, like the game finance is very important. It's also movie finance, just like you said. So we'll get into that when we have a conversation in the future.
That's spectacular. I cannot wait for that conversation.
I didn't even know we could announce that publicly. So I was like, oh, it took me a second for that to register. He just said that.
Mic drop.
I
Mic drop.
I got to stay calm because I got to give Brooke a chance to speak here. But I'm just telling you guys, I don't know if maybe everybody else was asleep because I didn't see the chat explode with like, holy crap, did he just say? There's just no way. All right, Brooke, go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and wrap things up? And we're going to get first, though, I got to get your commitment to come back for an interview. Yes?
Hey, yes, absolutely. Schedule looks like Tetris. So just reach out to me via email and I will definitely make time for that infectious energy in this wonderful group of people. And yeah, mic drop on the Super Bowl thing, I guess we're all family now. I will say this, what a fine time to be a nerd. I mean, I'm a self-proclaimed nerd. I've taken that word back, reclaimed it, and made it my cape. And alarm went.
Oh, you're muted.
I think
you're muted.
Awesome. Oh my goodness.
Now you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good now.
Perfect. So no, I really do appreciate the camaraderie, and I appreciate the community that we're currently building, not just even around this project, but around the vision. And our vision is just to create that optimum human experience, something that is lucrative, exciting, fun, and has a true human element at its core. And I love that. I love that quote that was posted in the chat, that if you have a lot of responsibility, you're expected to hold that responsibility. And I know I butchered that, but hey, I'm tired. I'm leaning a little bit. You know what I'm trying to say. So I look forward to the interview, and I'll make sure I have my dose of caffeine, and I'm so excited to share the different things that we're doing here, and just to plant a seed in your mind. When I was attracted to Ripples, because I feel like energy attracts, just how Austin was attracted, and we had a conversation. I'm like, I feel like I know this guy, and I just met him. Just that bright light, that bright aura, and Peter, goodness gracious, like you got me feeling like you said, I need to jump up and down and get excited and get these things going. But when you're in the weeds, you're kind of like in work mode. That's why I took my braids down. I'm like, let me loosen up. Let me connect with these people. But the things that I never fathomed would be in my lifetime, like these interactive environments and this really cool ability to interact with content out into space, and creating moments where you can educate people and bring them up to speed and usher them into this metaverse. It's here right now. The future is here right now. And sometimes I am floored that I'm participating in this movement in this way. And so I'm just oftentimes overflowing with gratitude about that. So yeah, I look forward to that interview and look forward to speaking with you all here pretty soon.
Thanks, Brooke.
Wow, I've got to say, this is the most amazing AMA that we've had to date after 6 months of having an AMA. Dawn's going to explain to you the survey so we can get that clocked in, guys. You know, I'd at least get one Martian, but I don't know, maybe 2 or 3, right? Because we're talking about a land grab here. You got to have Martians to play. I think you need a few Martians, but that's just me. When I hear Super Bowl, when I hear what Ripples is doing, when I hear all this coming together, I hear about a movie about I mean, I got to think, you know, there's some NFTs out there selling for quite a bit of money that are not in a movie, right? So just, I just common sense, right? I just got to stay basic and simple, right? Big things happening. NFT could mean big valuations, returns on these NFTs. Austin, I'm going to turn it over to you, buddy, to wrap things up. And then we're going to be back for some more calls over the next little while. Please, 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 please get the survey back by Friday, okay? Because we want to get the schedule done for the release and move all this stuff forward as soon as possible. So Austin, take it away, buddy. Wrap things up.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. So we're all super excited. Y'all have met Randy and y'all have yet to meet Mark. So Mark is also a very exciting person to meet. And we're really just getting started. I mean, the team's growing, and honestly, you know, what I love about Nexus is it's followed up with ecosystem. And I think that, like, with the blockchain, it is an expansion of an ecosystem, and everything. It's just like all, and what is an ecosystem? It is collaboration. And that's what I really, really love about everything here, is all of the collaborative energy that's coming into all the aspects of Ripples, all the aspects of the film, all the aspects of what Metamars and Mixed Martial Arts Club and what True Badge or Nexus ecosystem represent. So it's just like, it's just this ultimate form. And I really like, I don't know, we should just rebrand everything to the ecosystem. And so I'm super excited about it all. We have our Twitter, which is you can just search Mixed Martian. I just want to be clear, Mixed Martian Arts Club. And you can find that on Twitter. You can also find us our website.
Real quick, Austin, we teach people to only go to social media from the main site, right? You guys have this on your website to get there. Because sometimes if you mistype it, you end up on a fake site, you end up getting scammed. So we like to say, go to the main website, guys. So Mixed Martial Arts Club.I or Martian. I'm telling you, the brand has me already.
I knew it was going to happen. Yeah.
It just happens, and it just fits so well. And I got to tell you, it's not hijacking. It's the brilliance of these young guys to say, hey, MMA is already known out there. Let's change it. It'll be that familiarity that'll just help blow this thing up. Brilliance, 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 brilliance. I'll say it one more time. Brilliance. Mixed Martian Arts Club.io. All the social media is there. It'll take you to the right place so you can get the right answers and be a part of it. Join that. Guys, go out to YouTube. Join Project Moon Gold, right? Get on there, like, submit, subscribe. Let's help these guys out as well. That's what community is about. That's the value we create in the lives of other people, is the true value we create in our own lives. That's what we believe in, and that's what we do every single day. Guys, we are going to blow this thing up. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I have 2 interviews. I don't know if I don't sleep a lot anyway, but I'm not going to be able to sleep. I got to get Randy's interview done. I got to get Brooke's interview done. This is unbelievable, guys. This is the Nexus ecosystem. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Joji, for bringing this to us and being part of our lives and being part of the family. Peace out, guys. Love you guys. Let's keep cryptoing on, and we'll see you on the next call. Tomorrow, we are having a burn party, right? We're burning some tokens.
Burn party. Yeah.
Boom! Come visit us on the burn party. Music, giveaways. And you know what? Maybe we can get Austin. Maybe we get these young guys to join us on our party and just jam it up a little bit instead of a
Hell
bunch
yeah.
of older people out just dancing and having a good time. Guys, let's have you on our party tomorrow night. And we're looking forward to seeing the surveys back, guys. Love you guys.
Much love. Thank you for having us, guys. Thank you so much.
Randy, you pumped me up more than I've ever been pumped. Peter, you just added so much motivation. I don't know. You guys are insane.
Thank you, guys.